ready to go. Okay, so the next step is hit this and hit that to start up OBS. So that started there. It's basically capturing that screen. Then I have to come up here, see if I can reach it. There we go. So there's my whiteboard that I keep the episode numbers logged on. And now I'm going on to the next step. Okay, for the next step, I've pulled my microphone up to my keyboard, turned it on, and now I go and do a sound check. And to do that, I come into here, recording. Okay, now in here, listen device. You might hear double of what I am, but I only hear it once. So that sounds pretty good. So the volume is right, the levels are right, everything seems to be just about perfect. And at this point, there's nothing left to do but to start the game. So it'll take just a second. And now I am ready to record an episode of 7 Days to Die. Okay, now that I've spent the last 5 hours recording each episode, I now have 5 files. We can look at it right here. And this is the one that's being created right now. But this is episode 91, 92, 93, 94, and 95 for 7 Days to Die. So what I got up here is episodes from last week. I keep them there because I'll go in like this, highlight and copy them, make a new folder, and I'll go in here and edit the date. So this is the 8th that I'm recording this on. Delete the name, and I leave it like that, and then copy and paste, or copy it again, so that's now on the clipboard. Now when I make an episode, after I'm done recording each episode, I give it its name on my whiteboard, so I can barely read my own writing half the time, but the first one is 91, and let's see, make sure the spacing's right. Come over here, and the community server. So that's just a blank. That's just an empty folder that it's getting all stored into. So we'll make a new one. So that right there is all that without the name, the updated date, and then no number here. So we could put in episode 92, spring cleaning, new folder, 93. Over here and farming XP, and I'm just reading off my whiteboard for what I wrote after I recorded the episode. I do that so that it's still fresh in my memory, what was done in it, and it's more pertinent to what was going, I can name it pertinent to what was going on, and makes it a lot easier, a lot faster to come up with names for these. And even to get the thumbnails, because if I have a name, I'll look through the episode for something that relates to what happened in the episode with a title, and I'll screenshot that. So farming failure to spell. And then the last episode was number 95, which I got done recording like 5 minutes ago. Maybe a little longer than that. And that is gluten. Yeah, I spelled that wrong. And gluten. Seems good enough. Alright, now since this was last week's episode, I'll cut that, and I have my external drive over here, archive, and I just paste it in there, and that'll take a minute or two to finish. So I'll put that aside and go back in here. So once that disappears, which will take a second, we can open up Adobe Premiere. Now I have Adobe Premiere up here, and then I have a project file right here. So we'll just open that up, and this is what I use as a main template for all my videos. So I'll open this up. So right here is my intro. That just sounds weird, but don't worry, it's not screwy. Right now we'll import these files, because these are the episodes. So open that, get that to there we go. Okay, so I have 5 sequences. Basically I just cloned sequence 1, but basically it already has my intro, and then I'll come over here to the end, and these are the end clips here. So this is the segment that has the thank you for Pamela and Leo and now Sniper Jake. This is the one that says like, share, subscribe, etc. And then right here is the outro video. Now I have these linked together and setting on the upper track and the lower audio track. So what happens is we'll take this one here, will be the first episode. So I drag and snap it to the end there. And then I'll apply default transitions so it dips to black. I like to have it cross these two segments of video. Center on that. And I'll go down to the next one. And I didn't grab it. There we go. So there. Apply. Effect controls. And then center. So it bridges that there. And again. So it bridges that. Go to segment or sequence 4. Center. Sequence 5. Center. So right there is all 5 episodes with the link or the bridge between the intro and the actual video. So if you watch, greetings minions. So there you go. There's the intro into the main video. So at this point I would just take these segments and just move them up here. You don't have to, but I just do it because it's OCD. Alright, so we go back to the first sequence and we go to the outro. So basically if we go hold down shift and the mouse wheel, this was a shorter episode, so I highlighted both those, and the audio for this video clip is down here, so it links with it. So we'll come down here. And we just grab it, pull it in here. Snap it in like that. Make sure the audio is brought up to this track, because there's actually 2 tracks here. This is game audio, and this is my voice. So we got that linked in there. Apply default transitions, which is dip to black, and center at the cut. So hopefully, if we can do it just like, it might not. Twitch. Now there's no video. That's probably because I'm recording. Oh, there we go. See, there we go. So we got this text in here, which I'm going to be updating this in the not too distant future here, so it's easier to see. But yeah, so that's the first video. Technically, this is done. We'll come back to that in a minute. All right, so this one, the sequences are just down the road here, so you have to scroll with Shift and then mouse wheel, and these are the sections I wanted. Bring the audio up, and it all just links together with one mouse click, and then we'll bridge them. Scroll it back here a little bit. And do the same as we did with the intro parts, just kind of in reverse, I guess. Alright, so now these 3 sections here, as well as the intro, are always on here. So the intro is at the beginning, and then this section is up here, and this is a title track, and then the video clip is a video track, and auto track down here. And I have it set so that they're sitting at the 30-minute mark in all 5 sequences, and then I saved it to that link right there, or that shortcut right there. All right, so. Okay, that kind of freaked me out a little bit, because I don't usually see that. And center at the cut. Alright, this one was a little bit longer. So it takes a little bit to try to grab it there when it's smaller. So you just got to zoom in, snap to the ends, apply default, center the cut. Okay, now all 5 sequences are all edited and getting ready to do the rendering. So you hit Control M, and I do entire sequence, and this is a YouTube 1080p full high def default thing in Adobe Premiere. You know, it's a setting that YouTube loves, apparently. And there's that. And then for the sequence name, what I do, and this is why I have the name beforehand. So I'll do that. Copy. So it's Control C. Come in here and it says sequence 1. That does help me remember which video I did. So this is the first video of the week. So I do that. It's a Control V to paste that in, and then cue it. So that'll take a second. Another window is going to open up here because I have multiple monitors, and I'm just waiting for this to pop up here. There we go. Alright, so right here it's got bring it up there. So right there is the video ready to get rendered. But we're not done yet. So come here, Control M, entire sequence. I'm not entirely sure you even need to do that, but I do it for my own peace of mind. So come here to sequence 2 is the second episode. So I'll click that twice and copy it. Go in that folder and we'll paste the name in. Save it and Q, and booyah, that pops up in there. Sequence 3, Control M, entire sequence, YouTube 1080. This is the third video. Copy, paste, and cue it. Fourth sequence, Control M, entire sequence, YouTube 1080. Fourth video, Control C, Control V, save, Q, and the fifth sequence, Control M, entire sequence, YouTube 1080p, fifth video, Control C, Control V, save, and Q. And that is it. So when I am done, because sometimes my computer will overheat, it might crash, something could go wrong in the 3 or 4 hours it takes to render all these videos. So what I do is I save as, not as this, because this is my template. This is what has the intro and outro permanently, statically set up. So I want to name it as Neo 2 because, and then I'll replace it. Neo 1 and Neo 2. Neo 1 is my Battletech episodes from the other night. Neo 2 is for 7 Days to Die. 3 and 4 and 5 is like if I make other videos. It's just spare space, essentially. Okay, so this is no longer needed. That's all done. So now we keep the media encoder open, and then we press the start cue, and I won't do it while this video is recording because it might mess it up, but it'll start rendering, meaning it'll take the intro and the outro and the title cards and the video itself and just merge them together into one final format. You know, it's all wrapped up together in a bow, so you can watch them on YouTube. Alright, so that is that part of the process, and we'll come back with the next part of the process. Okay, so the videos have been rendered. It took 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 14 seconds to render all 5, which actually is quite fast, but then again, this episode here was only about 14-15 minutes long, and these are actually kept pretty tight to the usual schedule of 30 minutes. This is the one that went a little over. So overall, I would say it's like 2 hours, 45 minutes in video time, and 2 hours, 2 minutes render time. Now we can take a look at the actual recording time here. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 minutes 33, so not bad. Okay, so now we gotta make thumbnails. So the first episode is named the community server. So we will go to GOM player and we'll look for a scene that looks fitting for it. Let's see. Something like It's a little too far. Let's see. At one point I went up to the front gates. And let's see. And it's back in here somewhere. And you don't, just to let you know, you don't hear my audio or my recorded voice through this because it's done in 2 different channels. And come on, let's get to the right spot. Come on. Go back. That's good. Alright, so we just saved it to the designated folder. We come back and here is the visual right there. So we got that thumbnail. Second episode is called Spring Cleaning. So we'll open with Gun Player. And this one's going to be kind of hard to get figured out what I want for a thumbnail. And that does kind of portray what I did in it. It'll go like that because what I did was just break everything down and sort it out and kind of clean out all the junk. So we'll use this as a thumbnail. Not a very exciting one, but sometimes they're not all that exciting. So we got that one. Farming XP. Okay, so I have an idea what this should be. I'm probably go a little bit beyond this. Okay, there's one tower. No, that went a little too far. That's about right. A little bit too far. So let's see, we go back a frame or two. Let's see if we get past that. Yeah, that'll work. Nope, that won't. We have to check this to make sure. Oops. Damn it. Nope, that's not doable. Actually, gotta go back there. We'll delete that because I'm not satisfied with that one. So we'll go back a few frames. And there we go. So now that is a picture for it. Okay, this was farming failure. So we'll open up that in Gun Player. And it's pretty soon after this. Coming right up. Let's see. see. Yep, right there. So let's go back and frame forward a little bit. That's a pretty good shot right there. Okay. So that... Yep, that's the picture. Okay, so the next one... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one is Lootin' and Scootin'. Another not so exciting episode, but we can deal with it. Oh, this is the part where it gets exciting, actually. Okay, let's go frame by frame. That's cool. So we'll back it up a sec. There we go. Now let's look at the thumbnail potential. I want more of a muzzle flash there. So we'll go back into Gunplayer. Let's see if that did it. Nope. Alright, so we'll go back and I gotta get that closed and delete those and go back. I don't think I can get the muzzle flash. Let's see. Let's see what it saves, because it skips frames when I do that. Yeah, I didn't do it. So this is part of the tricky part, is when you got something like this and you want it to look good or dramatic or exciting. You want to get this scene and it skips to the next frame. So let's see. Alright, that's still terrible. Let's see, maybe I can go back. Okay, this is going to be a weird sequence here. So now I have to go through these right there. So this is 933. And 933 is right there. So we'll delete these other ones. Let's see. Alright, these are boring ones. So, boom, right there we have 5 thumbnails for each video. Okay, so we could take the raw files for these. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we will cut and put them in the temporary hold raw files with my Battletech videos. Go back, and now we just edit these. So edit with 3D Paint. Okay, so now we take and insert the logo, and usually I keep it in the corners. This one, this one, this one, or this one, depending on, you know, the screen space and where it fits. Sometimes it just blends in too much, so this is about the best I can hope for, I guess. So that looks good. We'll save as image, and let's see, video captures, the community server, and I'll just name it screen 1. Okay, then we open the next one. Alright, spring cleaning, insert logo, and we could put it over here. Kind of block some of this text right here so you get that Center just about right. There we go. Save as image. Put in that one. Alright. Open the next. Okay, this one we can insert over here. And get it in there just right. Or we can actually put it down here because it's an all white background. Not too bad. And we can save image. Right there. And open the next one. Alright, this one. Put it up there because I kind of want the arm, and you can let people see the wood frames breaking apart. Kind of foreshadowing, I guess. And we'll do that. The next one. And the last one. That's yeah, it could have been better. But I tend to not get too picky, otherwise I'd be doing these things for hours, and I don't really have the time for hours of futzing over thumbnails. And we'll go with that. Screen and the thumbnails are done. So these are temps. We'll just put them in there just in case these don't work out or something. We can go back in and re-edit them. Okay, the next step. We will go into YouTube and we'll do the uploads. Okay, I've done another video on this. I don't want to go over it again, but Studio Beta sucks ass. So I'm going to go with the way I've always done it, the way it works best for me. Upload with Classic. I'm not even going to bother with these because they never really read them, and if they did, they don't do anything about them. So we'll skip that. We go to Scheduled, Upload. Right there's our video, right there's our thumbnail. So we got that started. That's the very first one. Come down here to add more videos. Get the next one in there. And the next one. And the last one. Okay, so then I just open these up. First thing I usually do is put in the dates. So March 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and Friday the 13th. Then I do the times, and because it's the 7 days to die, this is the first set of videos I want up each day, and then Battletech. I do 6 a.m. The Battletech I do it at 7. So it's all like that. Okay, so this is actually going fairly fast. Now for the names. What I do is I have the description already set up in a Word file. I have usually opens up on my other screen, so I just go Control A, Control C, move that back over there and close it, and I go into this here, and I just paste it in there, Control V. Okay, now I do have it so that if you look, this one is specific to 7 days a day because I have the store link for it in the description, but everything else is pretty much the same across all my videos, but I just have it customized just because you never know. Alright, so that's the description part. Now is the tag. So I have this file is just a text document. Control A, Control C, put that back over there, and Control V, Control V, excuse me, Control V. Okay, so all this part is done. The description, the tags, they're all done. Now for the titles. And as you'll notice, there's no colon here, there's no dashes. I don't know what YouTube's formatting is. The file themselves have dashes in there. It just doesn't seem to translate over. So I have to go through Control C, Control V, and then I have to manually add the colon in there. And another way of doing it, instead of the click and then click again, is you can just click on it and then rename, and then copy, switch back over, and that totally redoes everything, so it has everything formatted the way I like. Control V. A lot of this is copy paste. It just makes the job a lot simpler, a lot faster, and with little hassle. So put that in there. So make sure that it's all formatted right and spelled right-ish. Okay, so because this is still uploading and these haven't started, I can only get the first screen or thumbnail put in. I have to wait for all these to get uploaded before I can insert the thumbnail. So there you go. That's what that is. Alright, the last thing I gotta do before I can go to bed and let this all upload is the advanced settings. So I just sort by newest first, just enter in the first little bit of the title of the game, and then I recorded this just a couple hours, well yeah, a couple hours ago. So it's all just repetitive actions, and I keep hitting that. It's repetitive actions. It can be done almost in a stupor, and I've been there before. But it's really easy this way, and it works for me. The only problem is with Studio Beta. This ends up being a whole unpleasant mess, because each part of this process, like there would be the title and say like this, is in its own screen. Then you have to click next, and then you have to do tags and something else next. The advanced settings next, and then you got the date and the time next on that, and then you click to upload it, and then you have to go and repeat the process again. Whereas this, I can go up and down the screen and get all these details popped in there. And this happened in less than 5 minutes. If I wasn't explaining, it'd be even quicker. But the way YouTube's leaning towards with the studio beta, I have to wait for the video upload, then start the next one, get all this stuff in, wait for it to upload, then the next one, get all the details in, wait for the upload. That's a pain in the ass. This way I can get all the details into the boxes, and instead of sitting here waiting for 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, whatever it takes to upload, I can go to bed, go to sleep, and then when I come back, I can just put in the thumbnails and then hit publish once all that is done. And that is that. So I'm going to let this upload, and when I come back, I will be a bit more rested and show you the last part of the process, which is really pretty easy. So see ya in a little bit. Okay, so I've had my sleep. I've gotten 8 hours of sleep or so that's good. So now it's time to finish up with the thumbnails. So we'll get that uploaded. That uploaded. And that one and the final one. Okay, just make sure they're all loaded in. And now we can go publish. 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 And publish. And right there I have all 5 episodes of 7 Days to Die recorded, edited, rendered, uploaded, thumbnails, descriptions, tags, all that stuff, all done, and I'm ready to go. I can close this window and I can go take care of business, help my family out with certain things, do work around the house. I'm free to go. But all this would take, this takes from early Saturday morning, which is like 1 o'clock a.m., all the way to like 9 a.m., sleep. When I get up, take care of this stuff, and then begin it again on Sunday morning at 1 a.m., record, edit, etc., etc., etc. And then when I get to this step, I'm practically done. So I can close that, and all that's left is to put stuff away and get the fans going again, and that's that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something from this, and if anything, you can appreciate what YouTubers, what they do, the work they put into what they do. It's not really hard work. Anybody can do this stuff with just a little bit of practice and getting used to it. But it is brain dead easy. It's just time consuming and attention to detail, which sometimes I don't have. But there's just that much work in it. It's not like farming and getting up early in the morning to run a tractor for 16 hours. And it's not like working in a factory, and it's not like any hard labor stuff, but it is time intensive, and I tend to be a bit proud of what I do, but at the same time, you know, you want to get the best stuff out and try to get the stuff in return, and that's either eyeballs or in some cases monetization from YouTube, which they're not always all that great at, because you can go and do all this stuff, do everything to the letter, and still get demonetized or not ranked or not put up in a recommendation or any of that stuff. And that's kind of disheartening after doing this kind of work for 2 days. But other people put in a lot more time. They put in better quality edits, better quality video, that kind of stuff, and I just don't have the time for that. But they do, and they put a lot more hard work into what they do. So hopefully this will give you a little bit of appreciation for people like Midnight Designer, Games for Kicks, Haladmer, Grandma Shirley even, all the way up to guys like PewDiePie, Cinnamon Toast Ken, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, and a plethora of other YouTubers that do this, essentially the same thing, but they have their own little style to it and complication and that kind of thing. So until next time, there's only one thing left to do, and that'll come after I say, see you later.